What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to WRC West Coast YouTube channel. My name is Eddie and I am the WRC West Coast team manager, and this is a video that we've definitely been waiting to do. We finally got the buggy. We had some shipping issues with FedEx that I don't even want to get into. Anyway, important thing is that it's here. I've already taken it out, obviously, out of the shipping package to kind of just check it out. I already cracked the seal because obviously I wanted to make sure that there was actually a buggy in there because stranger things have happened with shipping. Anyway, yeah, so this is obviously what the box looks like. It's pretty nice packaging, I gotta say. The box has dual graphics, which means I'll show you right now. When you turn it over, there's two colors that this buggy is available in, which is the yellow, and the other side is the red. Actually, I should say orange, because that's the color that it actually is. But yeah, see, so the package has both sides have a picture of the car, and either side is either the colors that's available, and the way they the way that they identify what's in the kit or the box is by this here. Those are the two colors, and obviously they put the sticker next to the model that's enclosed. So yeah, that side of the box obviously is all the legal you know, if, ands, and buts. Says on there it's 16 years and older. Says it's not a toy, and I think they're probably just covering themselves because this thing probably hauls ass, and they don't want some 3-year-old sending it into traffic or, yeah, anyway. So, yeah, so you got all that legal stuff there, and you just basically got your standard branding there. So, yeah, definitely dig the packaging. It's definitely something that definitely draws attention. So anyway, like I said, I've already cracked the seal. I'm gonna go ahead and open it so you guys can take a look at it here. Bear with me here. I gotta crack it open. So crack it open here. This is definitely what you get when you crack it open. Like I said, this is it's orange. It's billed as being red, but it's definitely orange. Yeah, I thought I was going colorblind for a little bit, but no. Obviously the wing doesn't come mounted to save space. The wing's in here. The wing is definitely the one that's included at the SBX kit. And I guess this is probably the transmitter in here. I'll review that in a sec. Yeah, let me get this thing out of here. Let me move this out of the way. And yeah, there she is, ladies and gentlemen. That is the SBX RTR E-Buggy. Yeah, we've been super excited to get this thing stateside and yeah, get it unboxed and reviewed, and the most important part is out on the track. You know, in conversations we had with HQ and management, is that this is not your average RTR, in that I believe up to 90% of the parts on this RTR are kit components, which pretty much is a good thing for me anyway, because sometimes RTRs have parts that are inspired by the kit but do not share parts from the kit, meaning the part numbers are not interchangeable and you have to, you know, get your own unique parts to be able to fix anything that you might wear or break. So yeah, there's just the initial views of the car. Does not feel cheap at all. Having, you know, obviously an SBX kit myself, the Nitro version, you know, I can spot already a lot of the kit components, like the carbon fiber steering brace. The shocks and shock caps are the kit. Looks to have the same springs that came on the kit. The upper arms, lower arms, front and rear are the kit components. You can see by looking at, you know, the stamping on there that these are the soft arms. So yeah, it comes with soft arms, which is probably a good thing considering that this can either be a basher or an e-buggy you can enter into a club race, which I think is what they were after. They're definitely boasting and proud of this thing, and they should be, because it feels good, looks good, and I have no doubt that it's gonna perform good. So yeah, you got your battery straps here. I believe this is set up for 4S. I'm not again, I got to go through the manual and verify whether you can stack 2 cells or run one 4S. It doesn't look like it's got like any sort of tray adjustments for that, but more to come on that. There's the ESC, which is a 120 amp brushless ESC with the fan. You got your capacitors. It doesn't appear to be censored, and that's not a real dig at anybody on the WIRC side, because most RTRs don't come with a censored motor. But yeah, that could be one thing that's obviously going to be one of the things that people will upgrade if you wanted to seriously try to race this thing. It's got a let me flip that around. Sorry, it's got a 1900 kV motor, brushless motor. It's definitely got the aluminum motor mount, and it's got kind of cool that looks like the pinion is under a kind of like a case or a guard to keep rocks or debris from getting in there and causing skipping and or chipping of the spur gear. See if I can zoom in on, give me a second here. Yeah, I'm zooming in on the spur, and I can tell you that is the same kit spur. We'll definitely verify what teeth count that is. But yeah, so it's not a plastic or aftermarket, or like a, not aftermarket, not like an RTR version of the spur. Again, going back to what I was saying earlier, that they used a lot of kit components. One thing that I can see that's obviously not kit are the shock towers and the upper arm mounts are not kit, because the kit components are black. These have kind of like a bluish, blue-gray aluminum tint or aluminum finish. Look kind of cool. They definitely got the WIRC branding all over it. And then you got the WIRC part numbers. So again, part numbers are interchangeable, which is kind of cool, because that way you can just order kit components and they'll fit right up. Yeah, so there you go. There's the D block, same thing. It's not black, so it's not what you would call a kit component. One thing I spot right now is that it does come with the titanium camber links that are standard on WIRC off-road. It's not something you have to run out and upgrade. All of our current team drivers are using these, and we haven't bent or broken one, so there's no need to really go out and spend the money on getting some aftermarkets, unless you wanted to get something super flashy. But yeah, we didn't really see the need, and they've been working flawlessly. So good thing, like I said, pointing out that the ready to run comes with the titanium camber link, so that's kind of a good thing to see. Yeah, I mean, kind of reviewing this thing, going over it, it's, like I said, it ain't cheap, man. It doesn't feel cheap. It doesn't look like other RTRs that I've owned and used, that you could just tell it was a, for lack of a better word, a dumbed down version of their kit, right? They definitely went to work on this thing, and they delivered an RTR that they are fairly confident can be competitive in a club race. So along those lines, one of the things we're definitely going to do very soon here is we're going to get this out to the track, get some footage, and definitely going to put it in the hands of the team drivers here in SoCal, and let them have at it. Let them send it, abuse it, and push it. And we're going to see what the chassis and all the components can do. And we've already seen what the cars can do. They're very durable. But we're going to see what these electronics are capable of. The weather's looking to be pretty chilly this weekend, so I don't think we're going to have to worry about heat being a factor. But that being said, like I said, we're going to go after it and, run some packs through it, have the team drivers have at it, and then we'll interview some of the team drivers and then have you give you their initial impressions of it and maybe suggest a couple of things they might want to change if you wanted to get serious and try to compete with this. But yeah, I'll leave that up to them. They're the experts. They're the drivers. Excuse me. I'm definitely not that. I haven't driven steadily, continuously in a very, very long time, and it shows. But again, I'm the team manager, so I'm, that's first, taking care of the team and my guys, and it should be first, and driving will come second, and I'll be sure to have some fun. So you'll see me out there. Yeah. Oh, let me kind of maybe review the body. Here's the body. Like most RTRs, it comes with a painted body with a graphic. Like I said, my initial impressions, or what I was told, was that this was red. It's orange, because you can see this is red and that's orange. So I'm not too worried about it, because actually this is a color scheme that I'm actually, or the paint scheme, or a color scheme that I'm actually going to run this year, the black and orange. And I ordered some decals from Stick It One Racing that are just going to actually work just fine for this. So lucky for me that they will match, even though the kit does come with sticker sheet. This is the standard WIRC sticker sheet that comes with the kits, and here's your manual. I mean, I could pop it out and kind of show you, but yeah, that's, most of you guys know what's going on in there. Tire wise, I mean, it's definitely got some super or ultra soft tires, pre-glued, and I don't know what brand they are. They're not marked at all. The wheels feel, yeah, they're not like most. You can tell the plastic, the grade of the plastic's a little different. Not saying they're cheap, but you can just tell they don't feel like aftermarket wheels that most of us run. So the tread, you can see it's got some, I would say it's more than, it's not necessarily, it's bigger than the medium pin, that's for sure. They're kind of spread out. So I think these are kind of like meant to cover more of a terrain you'd see if you were bashing, right? Grass or real loamy dirt. One thing I did notice is here, they kind of like, if you see here on the side here, these lugs or these pins are trimmed down. It's kind of cool, kind of, help with the side bite. That's kind of cool. It's like that on the inside as well. So yeah, that's kind of cool. Yeah, I don't really, see anything else that I kind of wanted to point out as like oops, they missed this or that kind of thing. ESC comes with a Dean's connector, obviously pre-soldered. Most of my lipos, actually all of my lipos are bullet, use bullet connectors, so I'm probably going to have to change that. I might have to cut that off and, solder up some bullet connectors so I can use my lipos that I have. If not, maybe I'll ask some of the team guys to see if they have any batteries that use D's. So, but yeah, that's what that comes with. So yeah, let me move on to the transmitter. That's something that definitely want to check out. So stand by. Yeah, so let's review the transmitter, which I've already unpacked. This is what it is right here. So you got your manual, which is pretty extensive. It's got a lot of features that I'm not really used to seeing on a RTR transmitter. Kind of glancing over it. It's definitely got some functionality, that'll be useful. Another good thing about it is that it accepts AA, or you can remove the tray and you can use a 2S LiPo. I don't think at least I haven't seen an RTR where you can do that. Maybe they're out there, but again, if that is what they're doing now, that's good, because these batteries, the AA's never last and they suck. So yeah, I'm glad that companies are doing that. Yeah, I mean, the remote is pretty standard. I mean, it's it's an RTR transmitter, so it's not going to be the the most robust thing in the world. Definitely doesn't have a lot of weight to it. But you definitely got some selector switches there, which I believe is for some of the functionality in the transmitter. Probably for the speed. Obviously, usually it's like 25, 50, or 50, 75, 100%, whatever. You got a trim switch here. And you got your trim, your steering and throttle trims here, which you can, adjust. So I'm trying to get that to focus. There you go. Yeah. So you can do your trims here. Take bigger swings at it, or you can do incremental here, throttle and steering incremental adjustments. And then you got your power button. And I think this is like a lockout for reverse too. Or either that or you engage it. Again, I should probably read the manual. Sorry guys, it's late and I just wanted to get this video in, and I apologize for not kind of going through the manual and not getting more familiarized with this transmitter. But yeah, I'll definitely follow up on that. But the wheel, it's got a foam wheel, very Fly Sky inspired, with the rotor and caliper. Doesn't really have a whole lot of tension, so I don't think it's even adjustable. Actually, I take it back. You can adjust the throttle. Not sure about the steering. But it's also got a one-handed, you can drive and steer with one hand. So that's kind of cool on an RTR. Maybe my team guys will be able to use it, but me, I have a hard enough time driving as it is. So, but yeah, a lot of cool features with this whole entire thing. All right, so I'm actually glad I did pop out the manual, because I did go through it, and it actually does specify some things that I wasn't too sure about. So yeah, when you kind of start flipping through it, yeah, it goes through all the basic standard warnings that you always see, but that's what I was really after right there. So you can run two 2S LiPos or one 4S. The only thing is, if you're going to do that, you definitely going to have to change some of the wiring around, right? Because if you're going to run two, yeah, anyway, you'll have to figure that out for yourself when you decide what you're going to do, but I don't see why you would just not run 4S. Basically just the standard stuff. Goes all over where the on and off switch is, obviously where to put the battery and straps. So yeah, they're obviously catering to the people that have never owned a buggy or an RC car before. Gives a brief overview of the transmitter, which I'm going to review more in detail right now, but it's kind of a look at it. The controls of the display of the transmitter. And yeah, this is what I saw was unique right here. This is basically the manual for a kit build, because it's listing the part numbers, optional parts, and all the components that if you were to take this thing apart, it'll show you how to rebuild it. So again, if this is your first kit ever, you're going to be able to use this as a way or a guide to put it back together and order parts. Again, going back to the fact that this is using primarily over 90% of the parts are kit based, so the part numbers are the same. So you just can go and order the parts. Like I said earlier. So yeah, so just flipping through it. I mean, this is definitely the manual. I know it well because I've already built a few. Yeah, so that's what's in the manual. So it's just going to give you a good overview of what this buggy is all about, and that's kind of cool because it actually is an actual manual, not just an exploded parts drawing. This is an actual manual that we could probably use to build an SBX E-Buggy kit. So yeah. All right, so as far as the transmitter goes, I went ahead and used one of the batteries that I have that's got a Dings connector on it. It's from one of my starter boxes, so I'm just going to use that just so I can show you what it's like when you fire this thing up. So, you know, you power on the transmitter, then obviously you power on the ESC. It's kind of cool because it shows you the battery voltage on the top there. If you're using LiPo, and the one on the bottom is if you're using the AA. So that's kind of cool. The transmitter is showing you some voltage. On the far right hand corner, that's pretty much telling you that it's paired to the receiver and the level of signal or the quality of the signal. Yeah, I don't like that it's kind of disappearing. Oh, I think it's just, yeah, it's just fluctuating. I think to show you that it's active. Sorry for the glare there. The middle icon, that lock feature, the manual illustrates that once you get your settings how you want them, there is a process to follow to lock your settings so that you don't accidentally change them. And that's pretty much using a combination of, you know, holding down certain keys and engaging the power button. So one thing I definitely had to do was it came from the factory with the right to left steering inputs reversed, and as well as the throttle was reversed. So follow the instruction manual and then kind of reviews that. Also reviewing the manual, a lot of this extra functionality seems to be for other platforms, I guess I want to say. Like it references rudder control and whatnot, so that kind of leads me to believe it can control a flying RC or potentially a boat, because this button here, this hybrid control, if you engage it with the buggy, be careful of that. If you throttle, the steering will fluctuate like a couple degrees left to right. So that kind of leads me to believe, like I said, that hybrid control is for other surface type RCs, right? Because the receiver does have 6 channels, and for an e-buggy, you just need, you're using 2, right? The the throttle or the power to the receiver and the steering, right, for the servo. So this just tells me that this receiver is capable of a lot more that you're not really going to use on the e-buggy. So just kind of a word of the wise on that. But right now it's live. You can hear the fan running, and I'm just going to give it a reverse. So yeah, I was mistaken. You know, that button isn't for the lockout. Pretty much this thing being an RTR is set up to do reverse. I do believe you probably can lock it out using the steps on the transmitter to lock out the reverse if you wanted to. But for the most part, I'm just going to leave it as is right now, and our first test video will be of it fully capable of what it comes out of the box. So yeah, so steering, again, it's not as fast as an aftermarket servo. There isn't a whole lot of slop in it, but again, we're gonna go out there, test it the way it is, and you'll definitely see on the video, the trackside video, what she's capable of. So to wrap this thing up, my initial impressions so far are really, really good. I think they did a great job on this car, and I'm not saying that because I'm a WIRC team manager. It's because, first and foremost, I'm a hobbyist, and I have literally owned every brand that's out there and purchased many RTR kits, both for myself and when I got my kids started in this hobby. And I can tell you that hands down, this thing, build quality wise, is far and above others that I've owned. And I say that because, again, 90% of the parts on here are from the kit. So essentially what you're getting with this thing being classified as an RTR is a kit e-buggy with RTR level electronics. And that's to say that that's where most of us start. I see a lot of people at the track that are just, that you meet, are in the hobby, and they end up getting an RTR to get started. They see everybody else out there with kits, and then they end up buying a kit. Somebody can literally go to the hobby store or purchase this, turn it down, get the basics of driving, jumping, maintenance, and then slowly transition into full-time racing. And the only thing they're really going to have to upgrade that I think are probably the drawbacks are maybe the electronics, especially if you want to go after serious series racing or go to the larger events. go after aftermarket electronics that give you that, that next level of adjustability of the electronics, the punch, the timing, that sort of thing, to get the, the fine tuning in there, get a good, really good high speed servo, things of that nature. Other than that, this thing is going to be more than capable. Again, having seen what the WIRC platform is capable of, super durable, you're going to get a lot for your money. That being said, the dollar value, this thing is probably the most expensive RTR on the market, coming in at over $800. But then when I look online at other RTRs that are on the market, by the time you get it, add a LiPo and a charger, you're going to be in that price range anyway, and you're going to have to buy parts pretty much right away, because the RTR kits don't have the same quality parts, and you end up breaking. And yeah, all in all, you're going to end up sinking the same amount of money into any other RTR market car right now that you're not going to have to do with this. Again, like going after, the fact that, these shock towers, the A, B, C, D block, are actual option parts on the WIRC site that are included with this kit. The shocks are kit, the arms, pretty much everything, even, like I said, the camber links, everything is pretty much what you get on the kit. So from a dollar standpoint, the value is pretty much there. But again, we're going to hold final judgment or reservations until we get it out on the track, get the team drivers to get on it, and then we'll give you an honest, no shit assessment of what this thing is really capable of. And I have a feeling it's going to be capable of a lot more than what people are expecting. And I think it's going to be a popular buggy when we start getting it out there. We're definitely going to promote the hell out of it. We do have them locally in stock here in Southern California. We have this one, a few of this color and the yellow. And yeah, hands down, dollar for dollar value. It's going to be one of the hits, I believe. But yeah, that being said, I'm going to wrap this thing up, get it ready to hit the track, and the next video you see will be us at the track day with the team drivers. And yeah, we're going to get you some good footage of that, and then, unfiltered, and we're going to show you exactly what happened that day. So I have a feeling it's going to be really, really positive, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, get your notifications to make sure that you get notified every time we release content. And again, like I said, more content's coming. So thanks, everybody. See you out there. And if you see us out there, don't be afraid to come by and say hi and ask what's up. So thanks again. I'll see you guys later.